Imagine, you're a character in a movie. You have a job, you have a routine, and you have a set of goals that you're working toward every single day. But here's the question that should keep you up at night. Who actually wrote the script? Most of us aren't living our own lives. We're living out an invisible script that was handed to us by our parents, our teachers, and the algorithm of society. We are told to go to school to get a degree, so we can get a job, so we can buy a house, so we can spend 40 years paying for it. We call this success, but for most people, it feels like a slow motion suffocating. Today, we're going to look at the strings, and then we're going to cut them. From the moment you were born, society has been installing software in your brain. This software tells you what is safe and what is risky. It tells you that being a creator is a hobby, but sitting in a cubicle for 9 hours is responsible. The problem? That script was written in a different era. In 2026, the old path is broken. The stable job is being automated. The safe degree is drowning you in debt. Yet we still feel a massive weight of guilt whenever we try to do something different. That guilt? That's the script fighting back. It's a defense mechanism designed to keep you in line. You aren't failing at life. You're just failing at a game you never wanted to play in the first place. Think about the energy you spend every day trying to fit into a box that was built for someone else. You're exhausted. Not because you're working hard, but because you're working against your own nature. Think back to when you were 5 years old. You didn't care about marketable skills. You didn't care about your LinkedIn profile. You had a natural, raw curiosity. But the system is a factory. It's designed to produce workers who follow instructions. It's not designed to produce individuals who think for themselves. By the time you're 18, the real you is buried. You start making decisions based on what looks good on a resume, rather than what makes you feel alive. We spend the first 20 years being told exactly what to do, and then we wonder why we feel so lost. We're waiting for the next instruction. But in the real world, there are no instructions. There's just the script. And it's time to stop being a background character in your own story. So, why do we follow a script that clearly makes us miserable? One word: status. We are biological creatures. We are programmed to care about what our tribe thinks of us. For our ancestors, being cast out of the tribe meant certain death. That fear, it's still wired into your brain. The invisible script uses this ancient fear against you. It tells you that you need the clean aesthetic. It tells you that you need the latest tech, the impressive job title, and the correct opinions to be accepted. We've turned our entire lives into a performance for people we don't even like. But here is the psychological truth. Status is a treadmill. The more you have, the more you need to maintain it. You spend your life working a job you hate to buy things you don't need, to impress people who are also stuck in their own scripts. It's a massive, collective hallucination. We call it the golden cage. The bars aren't made of iron, they're made of comfort. They're made of that decent salary that keeps you just comfortable enough to never quit, but just tired enough to never grow. You're not starving, but you're not satisfied either. You're in a state of functional unhappiness. And the scary part? Society rewards you for staying in the cage. When you follow the script, people call you mature. When you stay in this soul-crushing job, they call you stable. But what happens to the parts of you that don't fit in the cage? Your creativity, your big, unrealistic dreams, they all get trimmed away. Have you ever looked at your life and felt like a stranger was living it? That is the dissociation of the script. It's your brain trying to protect itself from the reality that you've traded your freedom for a sense of belonging that isn't even real. We think that if we just get the next promotion, or the next car, we'll finally feel like we've arrived. But the script is designed to never let you arrive. If you arrived, you'd stop consuming. You'd stop working. You'd stop being useful. The script needs you to stay hungry, but never full. You see your friends posting their highlights, and you feel like you're falling behind. But behind what? A race to the finish line of a life you didn't even choose? You are sacrificing the person you are now for a future you that might not even exist. The cost is your authenticity. And once that's gone, no amount of status can buy it back. So, how do you quit? How do you stop playing the role? Most people think the answer is to blow everything up. They think they need to quit their job tomorrow and move to the mountains. But that's just another script, the rebel script you see in movies. That's not how you reclaim your life. Instead, you start a silent rebellion. A silent rebellion is a psychological shift. It starts by identifying the areas where you are performing for others. Once you find the string, you don't have to cut it immediately. You just have to acknowledge that it's there. You start building your own world in the hours when no one is watching. In 2026, you have the greatest tools in history for this. You can build a brand, a skill, or a business entirely in the dark. You can keep the safe job to pay the bills while your soul lives in your side project. The goal isn't to be successful by the script's standards. The goal is to be autonomous. Autonomy is the ability to write your own rules. It's the ability to say no to the things that don't align with your true self without feeling a drop of guilt. It takes time. It takes discipline. And most importantly, it takes the willingness to be misunderstood by the people still following the script. When you start your silent rebellion, the people around you will get uncomfortable. They'll tell you you're being unrealistic. They'll tell you you're changing. And they're right. You are changing. You're becoming a threat to the script that they are still trapped in. But their opinion of you is none of your business. Start small. Change one habit. Ignore one social expectation. Spend 20 minutes a day doing something that has absolutely no point according to the system, but feels right to you. Feel the fear that comes with it. That fear is the feeling of the strings breaking. It's the feeling of your brain realizing that the safe path was actually the most dangerous place to be. The world doesn't need more people who are stable but dead inside. The world needs people who have come alive. People who have looked at the invisible script, laughed, and decided to write their own dialogue. The pen is in your hand, bro. It always has been. You've just been letting everyone else dictate the story because you were afraid of the blank page. Stop reading. Start writing. The next chapter is yours. I'll see you there.